Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's been so long since I've done this. Ah, a little rusty. Burden of proof. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Yes, kindness is free. Fabulous. Okay, let me get rid of this. Get rid of that. I'm going to run my intro. We are going to talk about my favorite subject, weirdness. So we're going to talk about the 3I-Atlas that's headed this way. Got some great pictures to show you. Got all kinds of weird theories about it. Is it a comet? Maybe. Is it aliens that are going to attack us like they did in the movie Independence Day? Or is it a huge psyop brought on by our government, the New World Order? Okay, clean that up a little bit, shorten it down. It's only a minute and 12. So hopefully people can't complain at me about that. Hey, Shelly, how are you? Sin. Hi, honey. Oh, it's so good to see you. Of course, my Bob. Okay, so like I said, I am. Hang on just a second. Squirrel. I think some other creators go, hold please. Um. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, gosh, I've got a headache today. I've been having headaches. Hey, Kerm de Frog. Hi, honey. I've missed you too. Okay. So, um, like I said, I've been a little rusty. I had to move back to Virginia because Texas had denied me medical care in my indigent state, um, my impoverished me, and my health got really bad. So when I moved back here, which is perfect timing, I ended up in the hospital 3 times in May because my blood sugar went crazy. I mean, so crazy that my doctor that the first one I saw, when I walked in, he said, "Why aren't you in a coma?" And I said, "I'm probably too stupid to be in a coma. I don't know. Dude, just help me." So they shot me up. Shot me up. No, wrong song. Anyway, they shot me up and sent me home and then, you know, put me on medicine. About a week later, same thing happened. Yeah, so got some damage to my liver and my pancreas and yada yada yada. Anyway, so I'm back in Virginia and my health is good, my blood sugar's good, and so building up my stamina. I feel pretty good. Been having headaches, but it could be because the weather has been like, somebody opened the gates of hell. It's been hot and it's been humid. So I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to share a couple things with you. Weird stuff happening. Okay, so I have had my phone and phone number for 30 something years. I think I got it in like 91. Yeah, the Schumann resonance has been so high. Oh, girl, girl. Oh, okay. DARPA actually launched some satellites called Ouija, Ouija. And what they're doing specifically, and it's supposed to be for the ionosphere, right? These Ouija satellites are messing with the frequencies. They're messing with the frequencies from very, very low to very, very high. So I think that has something to do with it, Zen. Ah, compadre. Hey, twist. Hi. Yep. Did it with the headaches? That might be it, honey. That might be it. The frequencies are off. And I got another thing about blue light and how it's causing aggression. Um, and it's all planned. But anyway, check this out. So I've had my phone number since like 91. Never ever changed it. So on May 9th, I get this text that says, "Happy birthday, Dad. All these years without you, and I've slowly learned to live with the longing. I've learned to smile in front of others and cry in silence." And so I replied, "I'm going to assume this is the wrong number. I'm not a dad, and fortunately, I am still alive." The reply comes back, "My name is Avery. This is the number my father used before he died. Who are you?" And I wasn't mathing then, but I replied back, "I've had this number for about 26 years. You should contact him more often." She says, "Hello. Every year on my father's birthday, I send a text to commemorate him. I know this might sound a bit different, but for me, it's a way to gently remember him. I was truly surprised when I received your response." I guess so. She's thinking she's texting her deceased father and she gets a reply. I mean, the veil's getting thinner, stuff's getting weirder. Not that weird. So I told her, "This is the first time you've wished me and your dad a happy birthday." I said, "It's a sweet commemoration, but still, wrong number. My thoughts are with you in your loss." She sends me this really cute picture. She says, "Thank you. This is a photo of me and my father, which I have always kept in my contacts. As you can see, the number is correct." Yep, the number is correct. Hang on. Let me get back here. Okay. Okay. So the number is correct. I said, "Handsome family. Right number. But seriously, who have you been texting all these years? Not this number." She says, "Thank you. This is the most precious photo I have with my father. Honestly, I've always been a bit confused because every year on my father's birthday, I send a message to this number, and it's become a habit and a way to hold on to something. It wasn't until you replied to me that I realized something might have changed along the way. Have you received the messages I sent before?" I said, "No, this is the first." I said, "Perhaps he upgraded his phone in heaven." She said, "I'm sorry. My father passed away 4 years ago. This is clearly unusual because one phone number cannot be used by two people simultaneously. There might have been some kind of mix-up. I will try to find out the reason behind this. Thanks." I said, "Be blessed." She said, I will figure out what exactly happened and then let you know. This is the first time I've encountered something like this. I hope I haven't disturbed you. How should I address you? And I just said, no worries, hon. I'm a block you now. Um, okay, so weird shit that grandma talks about. And this is probably not the right stream to actually be doing this in, but people talking about like the veil is thinning and there's like parallel Earths and universes and things, and hopefully I'm like a bazillionaire in her timeline or whatever. But seriously, it's the same phone number as mine, and this is the first time I've ever received one of these. So what the heck? Hostility is masking. Blue light and aggression. Could that be the answer to the? Yep. I think so. I think so. And everybody losing their shit over everything. It just seems like, oh my God. The the girl that wanted to go home early from McDonald's and her manager said, no, you can't. And she left anyway. And then the manager followed her out in the parking lot and shot her. Mm. Or, and I'm just going to use McDonald's for everything because I don't have the brain power right now to actually think of where they are. And I don't want to look up the things because that's not my strength. But there was another one where the employee left, went home, came back, and stabbed her manager in the drive-through. So, yeah, I think it has a lot to do with that. And, the blue light we get from our phones, from our computer screens, we sit too close to the TV. And if they're messing around with our frequencies, it is no bueno. Yeah, so I'm looking at that stuff. I'm actually doing some research into it to see how that might correlate because it's just absolutely, I was taking it as being um we're all behind a keyboard and we can be all ballsy because nobody can see me and I'm here behind this cute rabbit wearing a tinfoil hat so I can just talk shit. You know, I was attributing it to that, but the more I'm looking at stuff, and once I read that article about the blue light, and then I started looking at videos, and so I don't know, I don't know, hyper concerned. Just yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like too peoply out there. Whoa, scary. I once walked out and was chased out by the manager, but she thankfully didn't take aim. Oh my God. And she begged you to come back. Whoa. Hopefully she wasn't like, you love the rabbit holes? Me too. That's why we're friends. But yeah, so that was my first weird thing. And then another thing was um the other night when I did my porch live because I just hit the X or the plus sign at the bottom of YouTube and I went live and I was so upset. And if you haven't seen it, it's there. You can hit it on replay. But I was talking about all these people ganging up on Brittany J and how, this sector or whatever you want to call it has just gotten lower and lower and lower in how mean and how vile and cruel. And there's just no standards anymore. It used to be kind of like a limbo bar. There's going to be somebody who's going to go into the bar and then the next person. But the thing is that there's no bar now. They were using a line in the sand and now it's gone. And so I was just talking out my heart because that hurts me. I mean, I love everybody and I give a lot of grace to everybody. And I just want to say this, okay? I just want to make this very, very clear because, yes, I do love everybody and I turn the other cheek when stuff is happening. But because I do that, because I give you grace and I have empathy for you and I'm not coming at you and responding and calling out and all that, doesn't mean I don't see your shit. Okay? It doesn't mean that I don't see your character flaws and the nasty, immoral, vile things that you say and do. And there's nobody, mystery high baby. Um, and there's nobody out here within, quote, the true crime people that I used to follow. There's nobody that gets off scot-free. Everybody has some sort of blood and mud on their hands and in their mouths, and we can agree to disagree. Hooray. But I just wanted to put that out there. Oh my God. Is Shambles here? Hi. Hi, Shambles. Excuse me. I got so excited. I swallowed my own spit and almost drowned her. Ah, Lindsay underscore Lee, sweetheart. Oh, good to see you guys. Thanks for popping in. Anyway, so, you know, um, I've been watching all that and whatnot. And I went live the other night because I had just watched it was the first day that they had released the body cam from the Idaho 4. Um, it's where the officers initially show up and all the kids are outside the house and they're barefooted and they're cold and they're explaining what's going on. And I watched it with Brian Enton, and Brian didn't show anything in the house, even though in the house body cam has a bunch of the like where a victim you might see or a door even, that it's all blacked out. Brian didn't show any of that, but just Lindsay, I choke for you every day, honey. I get so thrilled. I can only die once to stream. All right. Um, anyway, so I had just watched that and then I was trying to catch up. So I was watching Jones and they had like I don't know, like a 9-hour stream or something with a bunch of people came up and they talked and it seemed like it was going somewhere, but maybe not. I don't know. But then I watched Sinner and I watched some clip channels and some other things and I was so brokenhearted because I'm coming off of these four kids who were having a great night. I mean, Kaylee and Maddie went out to the corner club, they got a little tipsy. They stopped and got some great mac and cheese concoctions from the grub truck and they came home and you know the whole thing, and then to hear the fear and everything in their voices for the survivors, and then to know, Kaylee was planning on moving and she had this great job and all this stuff, and then I go and I hear all of this crap, and so that's why I went live. That was a really, really, really long explanation to get to this point. Okay, so because I watched that, and then I listened to some of Stephen Stern's, I think it was jail calls and some of his body cam. So it made me start thinking that, heaven forbid, if something ever happened and they have to take my laptop and my phone and stuff, what kind of internet search history am I going to have? Okay, thanks, Bob. We can have a good talk. We can have a good talk. You've lost respect for some who went ahead and showed it publicly anyway, even though it's widely known that the family's wishes were so strong that they're taking legal action. Yeah, the injunction. What's your function? Making all the people just shut them out. Yeah. Objective. Like Ms. Jackson, if you asked it. Amber E. Hi, honey. Watching true crime. Yeah, I'm a mess too. I'm a mess. And and the vibes in the world are bad. The vibes in the world are horrible. But then see, I was getting ready for tonight and I was Googling some stuff. Me and Uncle Google were having a long talk about this 3I-Atlas. And you know how it pre-fills in? It's like you put something in there and then it'll say, like your last search or whatever, how tall is Tom Cruise or whatever. My God. My my searches were like K-bar knives. They were like styrofoam sex torso, all kinds of weird. I'm like, man, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. Yeah, so so sick, it's unbelievable. Um, the harmonics of the earth is out of whack. Nope, not retrograde. Mm-mm-mm-mm. None of it applied. Oofed. Oh, it was, wasn't it, sweetheart? Hear the whew, not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a woos off for just a second, because 'cause Grandma's gotta go pee. So bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, hey, by the way, I did gift out 10 of my memberships, so I'm gonna be doing a membership live here pretty soon. And it's really just stupid stuff. I'm talking stupid stuff. Like how tall animals are and stuff I found on X. So it's really just going to be a chill, whatever. We can talk about what we want to do because I need to do my channel. Hang on, hang on, and I need my channel to make money because one of the reasons I had for not coming live for so long is because um, StreamYard jacked up the price. Like it was ridiculous. And so my stuff, expired at my $20 a month or $30 a month or whatever it was. But because I had canceled and they said, no, don't go, and they gave me a special price. So that expired. And then I'm not going to pay you guys $80 a month because you're not all that. So in the meantime, what I've been trying to do is like I tried to learn OBS and I thought I was like all that in a bag of chips. Baby, you paneling with me when we do cryptids. You promised. Mhm. You promised. Yes, me too. I love to learn stupid, unnecessary things. um, where was I? Squirrel. Okay, no. So I was learning OBS and I thought, man, I got this. I'm just a shiz. And then I went to like I pulled it up, like I was really gonna do the thing and I was gonna set up for a live stream, and I'm like, what the hell? Because all of the practice things were, yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll just do restream. I'll just do restream. That's no problem. And then you like all of my fun stuff and my videos and stuff are all here. And yeah, I'm just a mess. No, I haven't gone pee yet. Well, maybe I did. Let me check. No, I haven't. Give me just a second. I'm almost done. Um, anyway, so uh yeah, that's goalpost on the Roomba. The fuck up. When you think it can't get trashier, using families and children. Yeah, me too, baby. I've been very, very, very angry. I don't get angry very often, but hold please. Till there was you, there were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard at all. What did I miss? Yeah, yes, Run Go Bee. You know what? I'm just gonna say that I'm really thankful for feminine hygiene products, especially while I've been coughing. Oh, Bigfoot, your go-to. You've lived in an area where they've been allegedly seen. Girl, we going to cryptids. Mm-hmm. Mystery, hit me up on Discord. Maybe you can panel with me and we'll do Bigfoot. And then I'll let Andy pick if she wants like Mothman or the Carolina Panthers. You have Sasquatch statues? How cool is that? Ah, I love that. Okay, Mothman, you got it. Uh-huh, you got it. Yeah, Mothman's a good one. I just learned about the North Carolina, the Black Panthers, the spectral Black Panthers, and they got an NFL team named what? Named what? The Panthers? I'm kind of wondering if it has anything to do with that. You've been paying for Psy this whole time, and you've been inactive. StreamYard, yes. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. Oh, and by the way, your Aries readings, girl. Hmm. If I had money, I would probably like throw you a little something, something. Um, but I don't, and that's okay. Um, oh, we're going to talk about have any of y'all heard about this 3I Atlas? Anyone? Put a one in the chat if you've heard of the 3I Atlas. Did I just sound like Michael Jackson? Or was that just me? I don't know. Ready? Ready? Nope. Okay. Gosh, I'm sorry. Don't freak you out. No, no, no. No, this isn't this isn't scary thing. Nah. It okay. It might be. It might be a little bit. But here we go. Let's see, make this guy bigger. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. Okay, look, I typed 3I Atlas like it's all together, and snarky nasty AI goes, "Did you mean 3I space Atlas?" Yes, I did, bitch. Just give it to me. Oh, thank you. It's ironic. Oh, thanks. Hi, Miss Leah. Hi. Let me give a thank you thing before I get into the snarky Google nasty one. I got to work on more thanks. Here.
$1 million.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. You have no idea how much. Okay, so let me see if I can get rid of me. Boom. That works a little bit better. Mm, okay, here we go. So the 3I Atlas is the designation for a recently discovered interstellar comet. Don't tell me you're not biased by telling me you're not biased. Okay, the 3I means that this is the third guy. This I'm assuming I'm coughing because I'm nervous. It's either that or I'm coming down with pneumonia. Either way, it's all good. Okay, so it's the third interstellar thing that we've seen. Okay, so recently discovered the third such object ever observed by humans. It was first detected by the Atlas telescope system, which is how we get it's the number three interstellar, and Atlas was how it was found. Stop it. On July 1st, 2025, but not that long ago, and is known for its hyperbolic orbit and high velocity. This rare visitor from another star system, dang it, hold please.
It's time to sigh and roll your eyes. Put on that plastic smile. It's time for weird shit that Grandma talks about. It's time to sigh and roll your eyes. Put on that plastic smile. It's time for weird shit that Grandma talks about. It's time to sigh and roll your eyes.
Oh, stop. That's got to be longer. Hey, I hate that when you choke on water. Yeah. Ah, okay. So I turned off my fan because I'm thinking maybe if I'm having air, it's causing an issue or dust or I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to try not to be rude and cough at you. And I've already peed. Went and took care of that. So we're good with that for now, but we'll just zip through this right quick. Okay. Alrighty. So it's known for its hyperbolic orbit and high velocity. This rare visitor from another star system will continue its trajectory through our solar system, making its closest approach to the sun on October 30th, 2025, the day before Halloween. Dude, messing up our holiday. Okay, and here's the video. 3I-Atlas versus Umau Mau. Umau Mau. Umau Mau. No, that's not it. Umamau was the second hi Soup, was the second interstellar thing that we had tracked back in 2017. There I am. Could you hear me while I wasn't there? Anyway, so Umau was the second interstellar thing that we found back in 2017, and that was discovered by G.V. Williams and a bunch of people. By the NASA's TESS, TESS, NASA's TESS. It stands for Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite. So NASA just has a satellite up there looking in deep space. The interstellar objects are made of rocks and ice that come from outside our solar system. So these things have traveled bazillions of miles to get to us, which kind of makes them a big deal. Oh, excuse me. Oh, oh, gee. Oh, and Soupy. Soupy Poopy. No, never. Sorry, I'm trying not to die. Miss Leah, oh, bless you, sweetheart. Oh, mm. Darn. Sorry. Here. This is for you, Miss Leah.
See what I did?
You so totally rock, Squirt! So give me some fin.
Noggin. Dude.
Dude, being from California, I absolutely adore that. Yes, fact finder in the house. Who the fact finder? Oh, the good Nunya. The good Nunya. I'm gonna need you to take notes and do a timeline for me, okay? Thank you, sweetheart. Um, I'm trying to get through this. Okay, Bob, one moment, please. Oh, gotcha. Oh my goodness, it's raining. It's raining right now. How weird is that? It's like surprise. Okay, I'm just gonna breathe. We're gonna woosah. Let's see if there's something else we could watch real quick. Here, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna go try not to die, and then I'll get this over. I promise. I promise. And it's fascinating. I know you're on the edge of your seat right now, and you're biting your fingernails because is this going to be Independence Day where we have these big motherships that come and just, zap Tower Records in Los Angeles? Hang on just a second. Hi. Okay. Now that I have breath in my lungs and I'm all woosahed out, uh, and I cracked open my little buzz ball. It's my little buzz ball. It's called a peach chiller. So by the end of this, Grandma's gonna be a little tipsy. Texas girl. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so where was I? The interstellar stuff coming from outside our solar system. So these things have traveled a bazillion miles to get here. So when we start seeing these things, it's kind of fun. Is that a dunce cap? Sorta tinfoil dunce cap. AI, what can I say? PCG. Hi, honey. Thanks for coming in. Um, Anywho, so I told you about the ooh mau mau, ooh mau mau. That was supposed to hit our moon in 2017. People were running around and they were crumpling up their tinfoil hats and they were renting their clothes and throwing ashes on their heads and howling on the campuses of Harvard and MIT because it was going to knock out our moon. And guess what? Ooh, mau mau didn't hit the moon. Hey, Georgia, did not hit the moon. Surprise. You know why? Because when it's so effing far out in space, they don't know where it's going to go. There's like all kinds of space stuff out there. There's gravity and there's solar winds and there's, other rocks and asteroids and blah, 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 all that stuff, right? So there was Umamau. And then in 2019, and nobody even heard of this because I guess these guys didn't run around like, Henny Penny, the sky is falling. But the 2I Borisov in 2019. Okay, so let me show you this. And I'm going to try because this will absolutely make you gag on the science and math. Okay, and we don't want to do that. Okay, where'd my StreamYard go? I want this, that, and they move stuff around. Okay, ready? This is like this is super official. Okay, so this is from the arxiv.org, the Precovery observations, the 3I-Atlas from TESS. Remember TESS? TESS is NASA's transiting exoplanet survey satellite. And look at all these people. Adina Feinstein, NASA Sagan Fellow, Department of Physics and Astronomy from Michigan State, the University East Lansing, Michigan, USA. John Noonan, Department of Physics in Auburn University and Edward C. Leach Science Center. Daryl Seligman, NSF Astronomy and Astrophysics Postdoctorate Fellow at the Department of Physics and Astronomy. Oh my God, it's so impressive. Oh, I just get the vapors. It's so impressive. Okay, so basically, they say, and I'll put these links in the description if you guys actually want to read them. That was a yawn. So 3I-Atlas is the third macroscopic, which means really big. Microscopic means very small. Macroscopic means really big. Interstellar object detected traversing the solar system. Since its initial discovery on a universal time of 01 July 2025, hundreds of hours on a range of observational facilities have been dedicated to measure the physical properties of this object. So when the Atlas started beaming stuff down, it said, "Oh my God, what is this?" I want to show you some things. This is what they looked at, and they were freaking out over. Okay, bow, 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 bow. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, ready? Ready? I'm only using one screen here, and it's a little difficult. So hang with me, okay? I appreciate that. Stop screen. I'll show you this one. Oh, cookie pot, whatever. Okay. So when the Atlas telescope was staring out into space, this is what it saw. Oh my God, it looks like a fried egg out in space. A fried egg. So of course they said, well, that's a little weird because it's moving. Yeah, it's moving kind of fast. Kind of fast there, guys. Yeah. So they did all their mathing, and in their mathing, and this is what I wanted to show you because it almost made me vomit, right? Okay, here we go. Let me make this bigger so you can be like equally as impressed. Okay. From 7 May 2025 to 2nd June, that area was observed nearly continuously by tests, the NASA satellite. And we use the shift stack method to create deep stack images to recover. So basically, pictures. Then they start stacking them one on top of another to see if there's any difference. So the composite images reveal that the 3I-Atlas has an average test magnitude of T mag equals 19.6 blah 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 zero point 0.1 barf, and an absolute visual magnitude of HB equals 12.5 blah 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 blah. Okay, so see they were mathing, and out of their mathing, they came up with the they came up with the idea that 3I-Atlas is traveling at 130,000 miles an hour. Yeah, 130,000 miles an hour. And it's headed straight for us. There's been so many wild happenings. I think it was the Y2K bug that probably freaked the most back. Yeah. And that was just our stupid computers not going to work, and we couldn't use, the banks are going to close. Egg on the run. Yep. 19.6. Wow. Yes. But I just wanted to impress you guys. Were you impressed? Were you impressed? Because there's way more. I really don't want to go into all that because you'll probably faint from all the science, stuff. And you know me, baby. Oh God, yeah. Talk nerdy to me. Talk nerdy to me. Okay, so here we go. This is what they have released to. Look at there's 3I-Atlas versus Umau Umau. Okay, this is what they have released to the news media's guys. Okay, they're pretty. See how pretty? I make big, 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 big. Remember I told you all those layers and stuff? Where'd it go? Okay, here, look, see? Okay, right here. This is where they found it. Oh my God, there's the fried egg. And here it is up closer. And as I started rendering this thing, this is what they came up with. Ready? Oh, look at that. That pretty. It's so pretty. Look at the colors. Look at the color. Let me get rid of me. We'll make this bigger. Share this tab instead. Thank you. Here we go. Look how pretty. Oh, there's the colored lights. Okay, most comets don't have lights like this. This is obviously, the homeboy vatos that have the lights underneath their cars, or maybe it's the rednecks with the lights underneath their trucks. I don't know. But we got lights, which is unusual for a comet. It's traveling 130,000 miles per hour. Other weird things. Oh, love and appreciate my mind. Thank you, honey. Talk nerdy to me. Another few things that they're thinking, okay, this is not like an interstellar comet debris, rocks and ice kind of things, because number one, it's on a trajectory. It's traveling absolutely straight. It hasn't been affected by any gravitational pulls, no solar winds. There's nothing that's knocked into it and knocked it off of its trajectory a little bit. This thing is balls to the walls headed towards our solar system. The second thing is that there's no tail. All comets have a tail. Hale-Bopp, Halley's Comet, all those guys, they all have tails of debris that follow along. And it's usually just ice and junk and whatnot. This doesn't have a tail. And the last portion of this is the fact that in front of these lights, this object or whatever, is more light. It's making more light now. We made it through all that. Oh, you'd love to go see the radio imaging dishes. Ooh, nice. In New Mexico. Hey, the movie Contact. So you're familiar with the wow signal. The wow signal. When they were sitting there listening, like at the beginning of the movie Independence Day, the guy is sitting there and he's golfing and kind of listening to the static stuff on the radio from space. And this song, It's the End of the World as We Know It, is playing. And then something starts changing. It's weird. And he goes, What? That actually happened. Probably not with the golfing and the music, but that actually happened. They were looking at space signals, and one had altered like 30 hertz. And so the guy writes on the paper, "Wow." So it's called the wow signal. Anywho, so this is all weird and stuff. And so as they're calculating where it is right now, they say that it's going to be at our sun by October 30th, 2025. Ooh. And like I said, dang. Hi. Oh, I'm here. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, rock a bit. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me go back. I don't know when I lost you, but this Avi Loeb guy right here is a Harvard physicist. Physicist. He's the Baird Professor of Science and Institute Director at Harvard. So he's like really super respected. There's the fried egg, okay, that they first saw. The thing is traveling 60 kilometers per second, which is 130,000 miles per hour, give or take, a couple thousand miles per hour. Anyway, and if it were to collide with something, it would have the same type of energy as 1,000 Hiroshima bombs or Hiroshima, however you pronounce it. So, and here's the other thing. Here we go. The Hubble Space Telescope image of 3I-Atlas showing a diverse asymmetric glow leading the object. Leading the object. They turned on their headlights, y'all, since it's been headed this way. Anyway, so, and it's big. It's like the size of Manhattan. The size of Manhattan, which is even bigger than those spaceships from Independence Day. So it would do some stuff, but this is the guy, okay, that's saying that it's going to be hostile, that there's hostile aliens on board there. They're going to come and attack us, which is weird to think about it because ever since Roswell in 1948, 7, let me think, 47, um, supposedly all of our presidents have known that there have been aliens. We're not alone in the universe, and they've been retrofitting um, alien spacecrafts and things like that. So they cannot assess with any confidence whether 3I-Atlas is a natural dust-rich comet with no gaseous tail on an extremely rare trajectory, or perhaps a technological object on a path that was designed to align with the elliptical plane of the planets around the sun. So Mr. Loeb is the person that came up with the idea that they're going to attack us. There he is. Isn't he handsome? He just looks like a professor. Sorry. No, that is Avi. Okay. So way to freak everybody out, Avi. Way to freak us out. It's got to go past all of our outside planets before it gets to the sun. So I'm kind of hoping like when it stops by Mars, maybe there's a Buc-ee's there. It can say hi to Elon Musk, get a refuel, that kind of thing while it's there. But yeah, so there's a few people. Oh my God, do you remember that? That like the lizard people, right? You know what I tell you all the time about predictive programming in the movies and on the television and stuff? They keep showing us stuff that's real that we just think, yeah, it's really cool. It's sci-fi. No, it's not sci-fi. Anyway, and this is what I wanted to tell you here. Excuse me, that do you remember when President Trump was in office the first time? Remember? And people wrong. Yep, I'm gonna get to that, but here we go. Here we go. No, I've got the same link for both. Anybody remember Space Force? I mean, because we've been talking about putting nukes on satellites and stuff for the longest time. But President Trump actually, here we go, actually instituted this, gave it funding, said, okay, military guys, go ahead and do this, which is kind of funny because this sort of looks like the Star Trek badge, you know, the thing they wore on the front of their shirts and they touch it and then they talk to, you know, beam me up, Scotty, that kind of thing. Okay. So the United States Space Force is the youngest branch. You guys didn't believe me. You didn't believe me. Okay. The youngest branch of the U.S. military established in 2019 to protect American interests and security. Where? In space. Its primary mission is to provide global space operations that defend against threats, ensure access to space, and enable global mission operations like missile warning and satellite communications. Members are called Guardians, and the service is organized under the Department of the Air Force, similar to how the Marine Corps is under the Department of Navy. I keep telling you, I keep telling you guys. Yes, he got ideas from Star Trek. Look at the communicators, and then yep, flip phones. Yeah. Um, I keep, you know, I've been, and there's a lot of people, and here's the thing. I'm not totally sold on the conspiracy theories that yes, there are aliens and they're coming to get us and bloody bloody blue blue.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Yeah, which is basically the military's answer for why they haven't shared anything that they know about that. We've had all these congressional hearings going on, and you know, David Grush has been showing. There it is. David Grush and Stephen Greer and just a bunch of people been talking about. Yeah, you know, they've gone to craft recoveries. They've gotten biologic entities. This is just a 101 kind of thing. But anyway, so our Congress has been really looking into this now that a lot of this stuff is coming. So isn't this nice? Americans for Safe Aerospace, a military pilot-led 501c3 nonprofit and the world's largest UAP, which is unidentified, used to be aerial phenomenon. Now it's unidentified anomalous phenomenon. But anyway, so yeah, no, we've got stuff going out here. So Avi, maybe not so crazy after all, right? Kind of looks like a comet, might be hostile aliens, and I'm a little over an hour, but you know, I haven't been with you for a while, so what the hell? I am just going to talk to you because this gets crazy, crazy. Okay, so we've all heard about the New World Order. You know, there's a bunch of Illuminati elites that have this big plan. I'm going to go over Agenda 30 with you. I promise. It's part of their stuff. The Abyss. Ooh, I remember that, but it was underwater. That was scary. Anyway, so here's this guy, another smart guy. And, you know, basically, just going to admit it. This is my porn, okay? This is my porn. I just read theories and, you know, really smart guys. This guy right here, handsome devil from the 1950s, is Werner von Braun. Werner Magnus Maximilian Freilher von Braun is his full name. Okay. Von Braun. Okay. Anyway, so he's from Germany and he was an aerospace engineer and a space architect. He was a member of that party and the SS part of that party. And our government, after World War II, took people like him and medical doctors and people like that, and they brought them over here so that they could do all of the nerdy sciencey stuff for the United States. Mm. It was done under something called Operation Paperclip. And so basically people knew, okay, yeah, fine, they were, with them guys and they killed millions of people, but we really want the technology, so we're just going to look the other way. Da-ba-da-ba. We don't want to know about that. We don't want to know about that. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. So this dude actually came up and he invented some of our most powerful missiles. Used to be if we were going to BOMB somewhere that you dropped it. It was gravity. You dropped it. He developed missiles so that you could kind of point it to where the area that you want it to go. And then with fuel, it would propel itself. And he came up with the idea of how to do that underneath water coming out of submarines. So he was like, woo, yay, because nothing Americans love more than WAR, right? So on 20 June 1945, U.S. Secretary of State Edward Stettinius Jr. approved the transfer of von Braun and his specialists to the United States. It was one of his last acts in office. That was with the Ordnance Corps. Okay, he worked with Einstein and John Denkel. Anyway, so he was kind of a big guy. And what he saw happening is that what Eisenhower called our military industrial complex. When Eisenhower was leaving office for presidency, he had evidently already met with the aliens, and the aliens had said, okay, we'll give you all this really fabulous technology. I mean, like, you won't have wires, you'd have free power for everywhere, clean air, clean water, peace, and we'll teach you how to grow stuff so nobody goes hungry. But we're not going to give you any kind of weapons. Guess what? They said, nah, we want the weapons. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But Mr. von Braun had this concept or this idea that there's this elite group, Bilderberg, WEF, whatever you want to call it, group of people, the elites that get together, and they have this plan for the world. One of the things that Werner laid out, I'm on a first name basis with him, not Professor von Braun, Dr. von Braun. No, Werner. What Werner laid out is that the governments would try to get us all to submit to their ideas and their rule and what they need to, air quotes, keep us safe. And we've done that. We made the United Nations. We have NATO. We now have, we did the pandemic to see how everybody was going to handle that. So there are things coming around But Werner said that one of the tactics that they would do was that the governments would get together and they would make a threat, a scary nuclear threat. So it would be Russia. And that happened during the Cold War, still kind of, because we're just waiting for Putin to see what he's going to do with Ukraine because a lot of people think he's got one itchy finger away from that red button. But I'm not going to go into politics with all that, but that's what the fear was, right? And then the next fear that was going to be brought about by the governments was going to be the Middle East and then the Far East. So that would be, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Israel, all of that. And then China and North Korea. These things are escalating, mind you. What he admitted, oh, Red Dawn, yeah. What he admitted allegedly on his deathbed that the last final thing before before the entire world unites under the control of these elite people. This is the the NWO, the New World Order plan would be a PSYOP, psychological operation of having an alien invasion. So that's the third thing here. So I've presented all the things to you, you know, excuse me. So I've presented all the things to you. You know, is 3I-Atlas a comet? Is it an alien mothership that's coming to kick our asses? Or is it some sort of psyop to try to manage and control people? That's up to you to decide. Because basically, I just want to come here and hang out with you guys. Talk about silly things, find out what you want to talk about, and we learn together. We learn together. Oh, yeah, I'm excuse me. I'm kind of fading into the sunset here. Oh, man. I'm fading into the sunset. Pay attention and trust your gut. Yes. Patrick Swayze. I love Patrick Swayze. Okay, check this out. And who knows? Who knows? You know where weirdos hang out a lot? Reddit. Reddit. I found the culprit. It's a Febreze plugin that Barbara put in my room. Um, I'm dying here. Okay, check this out. We have Ring cameras, right? And everybody's with the Ring camera, and it's solving crimes and all this stuff.
Hey guys, check out this amazing footage of a alien type of creature spotted on a Ring camera home security system in El Paso, Texas. Recorded by a woman sitting on her couch at 3:30 in the morning. Noticed something on her phone from a notification telling her that there was some type of movement or activity outside of her home. Hey guys, check out this.
Ain't he cute? He got the big eyes. He got the big eyes. He's fixing some music, cute or a honey. A praying mantis very close. Very close. It's an ad. You've always stayed away from that site? Oh, yeah. Girl, you're up there in Utah. My ex-husband used to work at Dugway Proving Ground in Utah, and they call that Area 52 because evidently there are underground tunnels that go way, way down that they built specifically for the alien race that's helping us. Um, we'll go into ARVs too, which are reverse engineered. Yes, exactly. You got it, Twist. That's what, yes, in Salt Lake City, yeah. Um, exactly. That's what I was looking at that because all these people are going, oh my God, it's like totally an alien on ring camera. And after I saw the bunnies on the trampoline, nah, I ain't believing nothing unless I'm there in the flesh and can poke it because too many deep fakes, too many weirdness. I'm even doubting if we have like Trump and Putin and King Charles and whoever's prime minister of Canada right now, and all these people get together and they all come out and they say, "Okay, yeah, there are really aliens, and here's the thing, and we've been talking to them forever, and let's bring them on out here." There's like 12 different types of aliens that look like, the transportation center from the movie Men in Black. I'm not gonna believe it. It's just too weird. Too weird. Uh, when it was announced 3 or 4 days after we had an earthquake, I think the aliens said, F you, Utah, we out of here. We had a space jam just trying to get out. Oh, yeah, probably. All right, babykins. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you doing all this stuff. I'm gonna be building on this. We were talking a little earlier about people getting freaked out and how it seems like violence and aggression is just increasing. And what can we do about it? You know, what can we do about it? I want to talk to you guys about how blue light has actually been linked to aggression. And I have video of mice to prove it. And then we're going to look at our street lights and ask, why are they that bluey purple color? And what about our cell phones and our computers and our TVs that emit blue light? They're trying to kill us off, my opinion. In my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to talk about that. I want to talk to you guys about angels, Ermagerd, and maybe some demons, but really angels. I'm excited about that. We're going to be talking about some feelings. We're going to talk about that emotional displacement. We're going to talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is where people are too stupid to know that they're stupid. That'll be fun. So I do have a poll on my community post about what you guys want to do. When we are together. So far, it's peopling. So I can do that. I can. But I love you. I love you all. And I think you guys are funny and you're smart. Just any government. Judge Caprio said it's best with people with power should not use it against those who are powerless. Yes. Amen. Yeah, I have that coding too, Hope's Echo. I have that blue light coding. Yes. But anyway, so the best thing that we could do is to stop when you're having the negative feelings, the emotions, or you're getting pissed off. Just stop, recognize the fact that you're having that feeling. It's not what you want to go through. And then, give yourself a count. Box breathe in 4, hold it, exhale 4, however you want to do it. Separate yourself from the trigger, whatever's making you angry. Your best thing is to, when you feel those negative emotions, that anger, that fear, the frustration, is to just stop. Grain called it practicing the pause. Practice the pause. Yeah, mine are too blue light proof. I don't know when I had to mute because I'm coughing. But the only thing we can control is me, is you. That's it. If you think about it, literally, you can't control your dog because it's going to bark like a maniac and probably pee in the wrong place anyway. Can't control your husband or your wife because they're going to do whatever and you're going to have a fight. So the only thing that you can control is your heart and mind. So don't let yourself be dragged under by the negative emotions. Take control of that. Concentrate on your peace. Yes, exactly. Hope said so. That's such an old thing that we forget. Before you type or say anything, you want to stop and you want to think, is it true? Does it need to be said? And is it kind? hmm I would rather be kind to 1,000 assholes than to mistreat an innocent one. One that is so kind and so gentle and so open. So easy for me is to maintain the same with everyone. Sunshine and grass under the feet. They actually make these pads that have the same frequency as touching grass. They're called grounding pads. Yep. That's called maturity. Yep. Bunch of people just never, ever grew up. I love you so very much. I'll be back soon. I promise. I missed you guys. So our next thing, we'll do some people and stuff. We'll do some warm, fuzzy things. Maybe break it up a little bit. There we go. Maybe break it up a little bit. And then the next members live, we'll do some affirmation cards. That'll probably be maybe Thursday. Let's say Thursday, members. Affirmation cards. Just joke around, talk about crap, whatever. We need that. We need some funds. We need some laughs. Because most of the stuff going on nowadays, you just, you're looking at it and you're like, huh. All righty. Well, I'm doing the Southern goodbye. We're all standing out of the car, and you guys are in the car. You've got the car engine running. The kids are already asleep in the back seat, and I'm still standing at the door window, talking to you guys. So I love you. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for all the giftings and welcome new members. And Andy, get a hold of me. Mystery, get a hold of me. We got some cryptids to be looking at. Love you guys.